is running for District LD 18. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Take it away.
Well, hello, folks. I'm John Lee. Before we jump into this, I'd like to ask all of you a favor. Will anyone who has served in the United States military please raise your hands? And will anyone who has served as a police officer or sheriff's deputy, will you also raise your hands? Folks, will you give them a huge round of applause? Thank you, thank you, thank you. God love these people who are willing to serve us, the citizens of our fair nation. Well, folks, I served 11 and a half years in the military and then went to the private sector for 31 years. But now I'm offering myself to serve you as your 18th District Senator in Olympia. I promise you I am the only conservative candidate in the race. I'm running because of the incumbent's record. The Rivers record is one of broken promises, and now is the time to hold her accountable for those broken promises. Incumbent Rivers was one of 4 legislators picked to craft the final solution to the McCleary education funding problem. She promised citizens she would fix education funding without raising your taxes, specifically without raising your property taxes. In fact, incumbent promised citizens of Southwest Washington they would see a 30% reduction in their local property tax levies. It's awful quiet out there. Furthermore, unbelievably, she told one group that the 30% reduction would be the minimum reduction in their tax cut. Now, I've got a question. Has anybody here had a property tax cut? Okay, has anybody here received a 30% property tax cut? And you are exactly like me, my friend. You're paying more property taxes than ever. In fact, at a January Camas-Washougal town hall meeting, the incumbent said that the most citizens who had lost their homes due to high property taxes were in the 18th district town of Camas. That is because her solution failed. And that's why I'm going to Olympia, to fix her failures. You deserve more of your money. The second failure and broken promise of the incumbent, the hardest vote incumbent Senator Rivers said she has ever taken was to raise your gas taxes. She told the people that if she didn't vote in favor, we would pay the higher gas taxes but not get any transportation projects for the cities around our community. She promised that she would deliver those needed transportation projects if we supported her vote to increase the gas taxes. After raising the gas taxes and allocating money for projects such as widening SR 502, downtown Battleground, Camas, and other cities, she reneged on that promise. The incumbent had allocated $25 million to replace the very narrow 2-lane Camas Slough Bridge. This project is on a state highway, and citizens of both Camas and Washougal were going to benefit. Yet without citizen input and without public town hall meetings, she moved that $25 million away from the Camas Slough Bridge and gave it to Vancouver. Today, the city of Camas is asking for 40% more $35 million to replace that Camas Slough Bridge on a state highway. Sadly, citizens may have to pay twice to replace that narrow, two-lane bridge with no shoulders. The incumbent broke her promise on transportation projects, and I'm going to Olympia to fix her broken promises. Finally, the incumbent broke faith with the people regarding the Columbia River crossing. This was a $3.5 billion boondoggle that truly was a light rail project in search of a bridge. It had tolls. It was a bridge too low, and it was only going to provide a 1-minute improvement in the morning southbound commute. After helping the people stop the Columbia River crossing 8 years ago, the incumbent has now reframed her thinking. The incumbent now supports a replacement interstate bridge, even though both ODOT and WashDOT say it's safe. Oregon has demanded it contain an exclusive lane for transit, and that means a path for future light rail. Oregon is presently trying to implement tolls on both I-5 and I-205, starting at the border with Washington. Incumbent Senator Rivers has remained silent, whereas I attended and spoke out loud and clear at 5 out of 6 tolling policy committee meetings, trying to stop that outrageous tolling scheme that Oregon has. I never saw the incumbent at any of those meetings. I also attended multiple Oregon Transportation Committee meetings, speaking out against that tolling scheme and pushing for more cost-effective transportation solutions, including new bridges and transportation corridors. I never saw the incumbent at any of those meetings either. The incumbent now sits on a bi-state bridge committee of elected representatives from both Oregon and Washington. I've spoken at multiple of their meetings against the outrageous push that they want to resurrect the Columbia River crossing, because it will do nothing to improve traffic congestion, and overwhelmingly that's what the people want. Improvement in their morning commutes, improvement in traffic congestion. Unbelievably, the incumbent now supports another multi-billion-dollar boondoggle with tolls and with a path to light rail into Clark County. As I said, overwhelmingly, you, the people, want traffic congestion relief, and that's what I will fight for when I get to Olympia. Finally, thank you. I want to offer my congratulations to the people here, but especially the citizens of Battleground. You were truly amazing in putting forward an unbelievable effort in collecting citizens for R90, the referendum to repeal the outrageous sex education bill. We came up here to Battleground and joined citizens at the Word of Grace Bible Church collecting citizens, and you were absolutely amazing and awe-inspiring. Thank you. We delivered double the number of signatures needed in Washington State, and statewide they said it was Battleground that led the effort. Thank you. So my friends, I'm over 5 minutes, but I want to say, if you're tired of broken promises in the Rivers record, then vote to elect John Lee to the Washington State Senate in the 18th District. Remember, Lee is the key for a warrior to fight to reduce your property taxes and mine. Remember, Lee is the key to fight for more responsible spending of your transportation dollars. And Lee is the key to better representation and more conservative representation in the state Senate for not only the 18th District, but for everybody here in Southwest Washington. God bless you, and thank you.
Thank you, John.